welcome along and welcome back to Spruce Mountain Farms. Today we are loading up the seeder again. We're going to be taking it out and getting field 6 planted. In fact, yep, that is a full seeder. Oh wow, only 28 litres left in that bucket. We want to close this up and take this, and we're not going to use course play today. We should be able to get this field done ourselves. So that means I'm going to be riding in our big John Deere tractor here. I'll lift this up and away we go. And so yeah, this should be a pretty easy job for us today to get this all done. There are so many gears to this tractor. I've said this before. It has got a massive number of gears on it. And it goes up to like 18, I think. So to get any kind of speed moving, you have to go up through lots of gears. Now I want to watch out. I don't want to catch myself on the fence to my right. And we're going to be heading round and over to here. And getting this field done. So yeah, this will finish off seeding that we've got for the year, and should mean that we are nicely ahead as well, because if we can get all of the corn planted in April, it'll be an early harvest for the corn, a late harvest for the cotton. So everything will be, well, everything will hit at about the same time. Let's turn on our seeder like that and drop it down, and we want to set our course as well to be going 180 degrees. So let's bring this up here, set AN heading over to 180, set cardinal, and I'm not 100% sure that that's set, because before when I've done that I've needed to move it to the end like that. Get the lines up, check it, yeah, perfect. Get the width right, and actually, I think we're in the perfect position. Set our point, and away we go, planting in the corn. Now, because I'm doing this myself, and to make it easier to turn around, I'm using the GPS and doing alternate rows here. It does make it a little bit easier to turn, but as you can see, getting myself set up still is a little bit harder. Now, yeah, it's not too bad. It's easier than if I was to do every row, because I would struggle a little bit with that. Now, the plus side, what we can do is we can get the roller started as soon as we're halfway across this field and we're starting to fill in these lines. We can turn around, we can get the roller started on that side of the field, or on that side of the field, coming this way across it. And that way, the roller will still be working at the same time as we are. But on the plus side, we will be finished the field about the same time as the roller is. So let's back this up, go reverse a little bit, and give ourselves a good turning circle. We want row 6. So we want to be about here-ish, I think. Line ourselves up. And it should have brought it far enough round. Drop our seeder down, or our planter down, and straighten up. And that's not too bad. We might have a little bit of filling in. Seems I'm just as bad as course play at doing this. Something I have just realized is, although we've got field 5A seeded, we've not got it rolled. So I'm going to need to get the roller out over that quickly. Otherwise, we're going to run out of time today. So let's start the class up and get that going. Shouldn't be too much of a struggle to get 5A done. It's not a huge field, and this is a fairly wide roller anyway. So bring this over here like so, and we want to set a course up on it same as always. Generate the course. Looking pretty good, to be honest. And right out in front of us as well for the start point. So we'll go first waypoint. That there. Unfold these. And yeah, that'll go straight on into that. So down and away. That'll turn straight into it, please. Yep. Away it goes. And there's quite a lot of overlap on that last run. But that will sort this field out. And we can get back to sorting this one out. We are 50% of the way through our seeds. So it's not too bad. I think we've got enough seed bags back at the farm. We've got 2 more after this. And if we're 50% of the way through now, yeah, we should get through most of the rest of this field on this. And maybe another half a bag, maybe another 3/4 of a bag. So I think this won't be too bad. We'll be okay. Now, the last row here, I'm not going to use the GPS for because there's some overlap with the edge. So what we're going to do is just reverse ourselves up. And actually, no. What I want to do is start going the other way because we'll use this end row as a connector to come down to this bottom end and do the headland. So we'll move this over here like so. Get onto the right row here, and you can see it's going to leave a little bit at the edge. But if I don't get myself into the right position first, we're also going to leave a gap the other way. So yeah, maneuvering this piece of kit, not the easiest thing in the world. Be much easier going back this way because we'll be able to much more easily see where all the rows are and where we need to position ourselves. And that should be pretty easy going forwards to get this all in alignment on the way back. And hopefully we haven't missed much. But our roller is still working its way across field 5A. So it'll be a little while before we can get the roller on here and get this rolled, which may not be a bad thing. We might end up being able to save a little bit of hired worker fees by doing that job ourselves as well. It is definitely much easier to line myself up on these rows now that I've got one side or one set done and we're going back filling them in. They are easily, well, they're very, very easy to line up with. As you can see, what we do is lift this up. We'll back this up a little bit and then come out and turn and just stick the nose of the tractor down the middle of here. Set our course and down it goes. But as you can see, we are down to just 30 odd litres in here. So we'll pop all of these up and pop down to the farm to get some more seed. So I've got the small bag, or the bag that had the 28 litres on it, plus I've got another 1,000 litres. So this should use that bag up and we'll leave a very little bit in the in what we've got left. There we go. And so I'm expecting about 100 litres, just under 100 litres left in this bag. There we go. 61. So a little bit less than I thought was going to be. I'm just going to park this off the side of the field, though. I don't think we're going to need any more. Right, let's get these closed up. And then we can jump back in the cab, or close up that because we've got no fertilizer in that. And start it up. And away we go. Get on course. And we're good. It looks like our roller has finally made it to the headlands of the field. So that won't be too long before that's complete. We are halfway back across the field. So So we won't be too long before we've completed the main body of this, which is great news. So I think what I'm probably trying to look at is getting the roller to start on this side of the field and work its way across. We'll probably be able to use course play to get it to do that, which will be great news. And yeah, I'm looking forward to all of this seeding being done. Next year, as I said before, what I want to do is have a much bigger seeder on here. Wow, that is going to be quite a big gap there. Let's get that in there. Yeah. Have a bigger seeder on here, maybe something around the 9 to 12 meter mark. We'll get these fields done a lot quicker. The farm definitely cannot expand without doing that. So I think the trick to that is going to be to get a BGA on here. Get that set up, get money coming in from that, and then we'll be good. So I think over the spring into the summer, we're going to have to sell off the silage we've got. Not quite the best price for it, but we might actually be able to get a BGA set up if we do that. And as I thought, the roller has come to the end of its work. So I'm going to pop over there, grab that, and bring that over to this field. And it looks like we need to roll the very corner here. Otherwise, seems to have done a fairly good job. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. A couple of little missed bits down there, but no worse than any other field. And just this corner. So we'll put that down there and roll like that. Then fold it back up. And we can go across the grass field, actually, to get to where we want to. That'll work fine. And this class has been a really, really useful tractor since we got it. We could have used our smaller John Deere, our smaller 6M. But, yeah, this is a good enough piece of kit for this at the moment. And we kind of want to use this because this has only got 10 hours on it, whereas our John Deere has a lot more than that. I think it's coming up to about 60 hours, I think. So let's just back this off. We want it right in the corner. We want to clear the current course off, set a new course, and generate. That is going to go the wrong way. So automatic and generate. There we are. But starting the wrong end. Now, the way to reverse this to go the other way is to set this to go counterclockwise. And if we generate there, it'll start down the bottom end there and do it. Perfect. Not wholly perfect, because we could actually do with it starting up this corner, but it is at least starting in a place that is away from where our seeder is. And by the time our seeder is done on this field, we should have the rollers coming up behind it. So bring that to there, unfold it. I'm going to set this to nearest and then just pull that onto the field like that. And that way, what'll happen is it'll start on where we've seeded and not right on the edge of the field where we've not. Not that it makes much difference because this field is mulched, not cultivated. And now we can get back to getting the rest of this field planted. And yeah, letting that catch up. In fact, I've only got 2 more rows to go. End of the final row, which is great. That means we can now get the rest of this field done. What I want to do, though, quickly is just get this patch here. This is our deepest bit of mist seeding. So we're just going to back this onto here. Everything else we can probably cover with the headlands. This, though, is way too deep into the field to do that. So we'll just pull this up to the edge, and that then will fix that problem. And what I want to do here is position myself based on where the roller is coming up to. I think we've got 2 rows worth here to seed. Yeah, we have. So if we bring this around and come up to where the rollers come to, we should be fine. This is so maneuverable, this tractor, that it's very, very easy to overshoot in your turn. And I want to be careful because I want to be past this point before the roller gets here. There we go. And down. And away. And yeah, this will clear things up nicely. And that's got this headland done. Look at that. Nicely cleared up. Really nicely cleared up. And we're going to be really ahead today as well. Oh god, that doesn't half spin round though at the back. You've got to be really careful. It almost lifts it if you turn too sharply with this on the back, and it flies around. It's not the best setup, I don't think. I think this seeder would go better on a slightly smaller tractor, which again is one of the reasons why I'd quite like, I think, to get a smaller tractor or a bigger seeder to go on the back of this, because this tractor I think would benefit from that quite a bit. So down the other end for the other headland, which we can nicely clean off here, and then to be done by 3 minutes past 2, probably be done by 2:30 at this rate. Yeah, this is where you've got to watch the reversing round. I don't like how this automatically drops into a really slow gear in reverse. You go forwards and you're back in the gear that you were in before. You drop into reverse and it immediately puts you only on -1. I'm wondering if that's because there are fewer gears in reverse than forwards, but that seems a little bit odd to me. Right, so forwards and down, and we should be good. And our roller is about halfway across the field. So we'll get this tractor back to the farm, I think, and let the roller finish off. And then we need to work out what other jobs we need to do today, and maybe prepare to get some money in. Maybe we'll be looking in March at doing some grass work. As I said, it would be really good to get some hay cut, possibly top up. Oh, actually, possibly top up the hay and the silage. Top up the silage, make some extra money off that, especially if we have to use some of it to make money from to get the BGA. And with the amount of hay we got, that might actually be the better way to go. First, I need to give this a good wash down, and actually we need somewhere to store it as well. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of work on the yards today too. Let's get this here. Let's unload that bag. And actually, it's probably worth picking that bag up and putting both of these bags in and then unloading it again. Simply because, yeah, it's only 463 litres. So let's do that. Let's get both of these loaded into our seeder. Swinging it about. And that should mean that we can then just unload a single bag from these. Like that. And grab the single bag. We'll then go and put that and the bag that's still on our trailer into the storage shed. And we can come back and deal with the 4220. I'm still not sure about this shed as a storage shed. It still feels a little bit cramped and a little bit difficult to get everything stored like I'd like to. We've got a lot less stuff in here this year than we had last year. Right, let's see if we can't lift that and drop that there. There we go. And then, yeah, I just don't seem to have the space to maneuver in here that I'd like. So that's a little bit of a problem. We can go and put this, though, back in the main shed, and then we'll come back and deal with our big tractor. So this is looking rather mucky, but we've finished all of our immediate work with it. So let's give this all a wash down. And then once this is washed down, we can go and see what we can do, I think, about getting somewhere to store this and the other equipment that is still out in the open. I don't know if we do have a tree begun, so we can go and use that to get rid of the tree that we've got there. And then we'll be able to get, not this tractor, because this tractor can go in the main shed, but our cedar here doesn't fit through any of the doors we've got. And I've got a shed that I've had a plan to use for a while. So with this all clean, let's go and put our, well, let's go get a larger 6M and rearrange things a bit. So ideally, where I want to put the new shed is right there. And let's drop that off. And then we can grab this and move this out the way. So back it up. Grab on the back. I'm really tempted this year to go for one of the John Deere cotton harvesters. I know that we've discussed this before, and the cons of them is quite big, but you can get one with a much bigger width. There's a mod available that has quite a large width on it. In fact, I don't have it on here. I'll have to download that and add that, because I think that would be a really useful mod, and it makes the possibility of the John Deere harvester much more of a thing. Up until that point, it's less interesting, but that would also allow us to get a triple baler or a triple bale trailer for it as well, so that would work quite well. This just looks ridiculous on this 6M, but we only need this to move it, not to actually pull it and do any work with it. And then the last item, I'm gonna get is going to be the tree be gone that's sitting here, and we're gonna remove this middle tree with it. So literally get the tree be gone. Now I could cut the tree down and then use this on it, but we're just gonna get rid of a step. Right, lift it up. And yeah, this is a great bit of kit if you're looking to clear a map of trees rather quickly. It will shred trees very nicely. Trouble with this tree, it is, look at that. Wow. It is that it was massively in the way. So that's why we've got this bit of kit here, just to make things a bit easier. And we can park this here. We now have space to put a new shed. So what shed have I been planning? Well, it is in here somewhere. I know I had it a while ago. There it is, right at the end. 35,000. We have just enough. So, to test, will that fit in this shed? Ooh, actually, that is not quite the good fit I thought it was going to be. I don't know, that might fit. It if I go too far, it'll cause a problem. But it should fit that, I think. Mostly. Yeah. Just enough to do coverage and then give us a good bit of space. So we'll put this. The idea is to put this in this space here. 35,000. I really want to be sure of this. So we're going to see what other sheds we've got here. I don't think we have another sort of lean-to set up. Everything there is smaller. Yeah, all of those are much smaller. We've got longer sheds that are too big. We've got this shed, which is a copy of the one on the other side, which we know won't fit. We have some larger sheds there. None of those are the right shape. Yeah, there really isn't. The only other thing would be this, but even that is too big to fit there. And then we're talking large sheds like that. So yeah, there's nothing really here, I think, that will fit. That is also in our price range, of course. That's the other thing. It's not just got to be something we can afford. It's got to be something that, not just got to be something that fits. It's got to be something we can afford as well. And none of these are that. So we're going to risk it with this shed that I've been planning for a while. 35,000. Fairly small shed, all things considered. We'll set it back a little bit from there. And bam. There we go. A little bit of landscaping. So a bit of painting for that. Enlarge it so that it comes out there like that. And then we'll clear this up in a moment. There we go. And then this. Nope. Ah, I found it. There we go. That's the color I want on the bottom of this. Knew it was in there somewhere. What is that? It is a gravel texture, yeah. So that's all good. That will do nicely along there. I think do we have a grass texture? Forest ground grass. There we go. And take that down a little bit. Just that. Just to correct that down the side there. And then adding some plants. We'll add some grass down the side. Grass is actually a fairly expensive thing to add. And then I want a bush or two. We've got something larger. Yeah, there we go. Couple of bushes down the side. Perfect. I'm happy with that. So that fits in rather nicely there. Looks like it's been there for a while. And now hopefully I'll be able to get the rest of, or be able to get all of this stuff in there. Now, the tree begon I am going to still leave outside. We don't quite want that in there yet. Oh yeah, because this is not actually for most of the kit that we've got here. This is to get in the seeder and the plow. So the plow goes in that larger section at the end, and the seeder goes in the section next to it. And that way, everything gets nicely and neatly tidied away. And if we need to take these trailers anywhere, we can always go and put them into the main shed, because we still have plenty of storage space in there. I'm just hoping this fits in here, because if it doesn't, that's going to be a little bit embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, that is not perfect. It fits in there a bit, but not much. It goes to about there. There. How much is that sticking out? Oh, wow, a fair way. Yeah, that is not a great one for that. Okay, I think we're going to have to admit defeat with that and just park the plow outside. There's plenty of other stuff I can put in that shed, so that's fine. But yeah, the plow is not one of them. And it's only a plow, so it can sit out here quite well. I'm quite happy to leave that outdoors. It's more my cedar. I really, really want this cedar to get under cover, and that shed is the perfect place to do it. So let's get that over there and put away. So the plan is that this will go in the long shed here. It looks like it's going to be okay. It's low enough. And it's wide enough. Well, do you know what? I can fit something next to that, I think. If I'm lucky. Which I don't think, the way this is going at the moment, I don't think that's the case. I think that I'm not going to be lucky. And yeah. Maybe I can fit the tree begon beside it. Thankfully, though, the cedar itself fits in this shed. So that is exactly what I wanted this shed for. And I'm quite happy that that's worked. Not sure I can actually fit anything in beside it. But that's fine. And this then can park in here and out the way. And yeah, I think we'll probably get some of the other stuff in this shed. However, our class action is also finished, so we'll bring the rollers back. We'll give these a wipe down as well, and or wash down, and get these cleared up. All in all, I'm happy that I've got that shed in there. It has got storage for what I wanted it to have storage. Slightly disappointed the plow doesn't fit in it, but there's not much I can do about that without spending a load more money. Cleaning all of my equipment does mean that it'll last a bit longer, which is good news. Exactly what we want. And there we go. That's all nicely cleaned off. Clean off our Axion and its front weight as well. And yeah, that's been a good day's work, I think, on here. We've got a lot done. And we've got everything planted. We've got a new shed built. And we are ready for what the springtime has to throw at us. Can I put these... Now, here's an interesting thing. I've got 3 sets of rollers that are all over there. Do I put... I think I know what we do. I'm going to take this. We're going to put these rollers in there, and I'm going to move the sprayer. I think will fit next to my seeder. No, it won't. Okay, plan B. We'll put the rollers in there then. Yeah, the rollers will fit in here much better than the sprayer was. There will do. Right. So this class can now go away and get that parked up. And then finally, we just want to get the 6M. And with this, we'll put the the 4 module trailer in here. That will be a good place to store that. It's kind of rattling around in this shed a little bit, but it'll do. Oh, undo all of that. Right, and then it's just our flatbed, which, yeah, we'll put off to the side somewhere. I'm fairly sure we can find somewhere to get that put away. That will put it out of the way, and we won't have to worry too much. In fact, what I'm going to do is bring it around here, and just alongside the roadway here, we'll spin this around and we'll park it down here, out of the way, and easy for us to access later. So that's everything nicely handled, nicely put away. We've got a nice new shed in the yard, and our tractors are all nice and clean as well. We stick this in the corner here. That's also out the way. And that, I would say, is a good day's work. We are all seeded. Everything is in the ground. All of our fields are ready and raring to go. So, yeah, there we go. So 8 and 5B are our cotton fields this year. 5A, 6 and 5C are our maize fields. And we've got 7B and 7, which are our 2 grass fields that we will probably have a go at next time. We've got still quite a lot of silage stored. If we have a look down here, silage, I'm not sure it actually tells me the silage amount that we've got. Where are we? There we go. Silage, it doesn't. Price is 308 at Central Exports, but we can't sell loose silage at exports. So we're looking at the biogas plant. Best price is 342. Yeah, price starts dropping next month, so we're not going to be selling it at a great price. But we've got to clear out all of our silage areas before the harvest starts later in the year. So yeah, it's going to be a busy old May getting stuff done. But we should end up with a biogas plant out of it. I think we're probably going to have to hire a truck to get it done. For now, though, I'm going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below. Follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.